Are biblical paintings offensive?
Well, this is very interesting because this story is about Oxford counsellors who have announced they're thinking of selling off their collection of classical and biblical paintings, which they say are inappropriate. Some examples include this painting of Salome, you know, that famous painting where she's got the head of John the Baptist on a plate, which is quite disturbing. I saw that in the Uffizi in Florence. It was an upsetting thing. But what, you know, Francis, I mean, what's going on here?
Well, what's going on here is people who are losing their minds.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. Nobody has ever been offended by a painting of John the Baptist. Many people have been bored by it because they don't want to look at it and they've been dragged there by their partners to go and see a painting, but nobody has ever sat there and thought, do you know what, this is really offensive to me and all the other victims of beheading around the world.
Well, they're specifically talking about, the examples they give, Oxford Council, are animal cruelty.
Yes.
Gender-based violence. Do you have an image of any of the paintings? Because I think we might, if we could get an image up, we could see the kind of thing. There's one image, for instance, of... okay, that's a good example. So that's the rape of the Sabines. But that's the foundation of Rome. I mean, Rome was founded on sexual assault. It was them...
Of course, they're Italians.
Goodness me. But the painting itself, Cressida, did that painting offend you, speaking as a woman?
Absolutely not, as a woman. So everybody listen. No, it didn't offend me at all. I mean, what's the purpose of a museum? Are we... What's the aim? Aren't we charting the past and put a plaque on it if you don't like it?
Well, I worry about this because last week we discussed this other story. There was some teachers in America saying, well, someone's been sacked actually at a school for showing an image of Michelangelo's David because of the nudity, and they said
pornographic.
They said it was pornographic.
I mean, yeah. Anybody find it attractive? Bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, and it's the same old question, isn't it? All this stuff. Who's making the decisions? You know.
Yeah. No, like Francis says, no one's really offended about any of this stuff. It's just people sort of.
Not.
But what I worry about with this is the fact that they go after art. Again and again, like the target always seems to be art and creativity, and they want to sort of weirdly sanitise it and just make sure that if you get rid of all potential for offence in any form of artwork, then you don't have art anymore, basically.
Oh, you don't have art.
Absolutely.
And you don't have culture, and as we all know, everything is downstream of culture.
Right.
So if you sanitise art forms, then what people see is no representation of transgressive ideas or ideas that could challenge us. And as a result, the powers that be think the populace is therefore not going to have transgressive ideas. But they don't know. We've got WhatsApp, mate.
There is that. But also, I mean, like, being offended, Cressida, can be quite fun. Like, I like watching a film or reading a book where I'm shocked every now and then.
Absolutely. I mean, what kind of art would you want if it wasn't... Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of horror films. Should they just stop?
Great example, yeah.
Exactly.
Because you get to play it out in avatars rather than actually doing it in the real world, don't you? We get to play with what humanity's capable of and what we're thinking, what our darkest thoughts are.
Yeah.
But it's all on a canvas, so that's a good place to do it.
Yeah, you know, when I first saw Leprechaun 2, you know, I had nightmares about this small little creature that kills people with a pogo stick.
Well, there you go.
But I was exhilarated.
Really?
Yeah, it's better than the first one. The first one...
You're inoculating yourself against real life, aren't you?
Yeah,
like, heaven
exactly.
forbid that we shouldn't do that.
Exactly, but is that prejudice against little people?
And it's all going to get sold off on the black market to goodness knows who, you know, so who are the people that want to buy it if it's so dark?
Oxford councillors need to keep hold of their paintings.